All right, so I've been even more sporadic with my videos than normal, and the reason for that is my younger brother, who is in the army, was visiting with me over the last about, I don't know, however long he was here, like 2 weeks, 10 days, something like that. And so we were going out and doing stuff occasionally. We're both boring people, so not all the time, just sometimes. And that's why I've been kind of distracted lately. I haven't been able to get a lot of stuff out, even though there's been good things to talk about. Look for more coming up for me to get caught up on. But I just want to tell one story that is hilarious. Um, it was the last day, like the last day, essentially. And so we went down to this shop that's nearby. It's got a lot of nostalgia in it, old toys and stuff from when we were kids, as well as like tabletop gaming stuff and just nerdy junk stuff. So we were there, and that's like Christmas for both of us because we're both nerdy junk nerds. So we're going through all their stuff, and I think it's Mega Bloks makes like more articulate forms of Legos, and they're licensed, and so they have like Star Trek, Star Wars, Terminator. Well, they have a Xenomorph, which if you don't know what that is, it's from Alien. It's the and we both saw it and we're like, "That's cool. I'm gonna get it." It was like $5. Probably cost me $1,000,000 buying things that are only $5 by now, but whatever. $5, and so we both see that we both have the thing, and so we're like, "Oh, okay." And so we both, unbeknownst, go and put the thing back because they're like, "Oh, he got it, so I don't have to get it." And so we're both thinking the other one's gonna buy it, get up to the register, and neither one of us has bought it because we both thought the other had it. So, fun story number one. He did end up buying the thing after a long period of contemplation and um, reflection on life. But the second story is that same day we went from there. We went over to this our mall, or the mall there that was nearby has something. It's kind of like a farmers market, flea market, antique mall kind of thing in it. It's called the Vendors Village. People will buy a booth and they'll fill it with junk, and it's department store sized because department stores across this nation are dying, and so they're leaving these large husks in malls everywhere. So it's department store size. So there's hundreds of these little booths owned by people, like consignment essentially. And we're going through it and everything, and there's a lot of this typical junk, plates and um, clothing, army surplus, old toys, just junk. Dolls, scary looking porcelain dolls, just stuff. Well, if you don't know, there was a comedian back in the forever ago named Flip Wilson. It was his kind of stage name, and he's an African American comedian that would also do this like gender bent kind of sketch comedy, like back when comedians would tell jokes to get laughs, not try to indoctrinate you to your worldview, essentially, back then. So there was this cloth stuffed doll of Flip Wilson, and it had like a fabric thing on it with his name badge, Flip Wilson. And he's like, "What is this?" He's holding it. "What is this thing?" And takes it and turns it over, and it has the gender bent version of Flip Wilson, blonde wig and everything. And he goes from flipping it over, and he has this moment of existential terror and confusion for a moment, which I wish I had recorded because it was genuinely hilarious. But there's no internet or signal coverage there, and I mean, some moments you just got to be in it. You can't capture it. So it was hilarious, and so those were two great stories from him being here. Just took him back yesterday, returned him to his primary source of custody, and um, I don't know. It was a great trip, great visit, but I'll be back to my normal boring stuff here probably tomorrow.